Thank you for joining my webcast today. My name is Adele Eden. I'm Director of Development at Map ETS USA and the interim CTO. What I want to do today is I'm putting out the second webcast today because we've been swamped with a number of people saying, asking how they can change actually the connection string for the community version and for the paid version for that matter, both in the DB server and the admin server. One of the links we actually send you, we send you actually in the welcome package a number of links, I think about 12 or 13 for different tools as part of our suite. But this tool that I'm actually going to talk about is mainly used for the connection strings. To encrypt and decrypt them, it uses a combination of our public-private key and your license file to actually figure out how to encrypt and decrypt. Now, it's not only used for that. You can actually use it to unencrypt some data that goes into the database, being SQL or Oracle. You just copy from whatever tool you're using to look at the data into this tool. You can decrypt it and look at the data. But fundamentally, it is used mainly for encrypting and decrypting the connection strings for both admin server, configuration server, admin server, and DB server. Now, if you have the community version, you actually, once you actually install it, it'll be asking you, how do you want to configure it? Do you have IIS or IIS Express? In this scenario, I'm actually connected to our Toronto server. We use the airport 3-character prefix. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you on the community version. If you go to the app server production, and I'm going to open that in Notepad, and I'm going to scroll down, you'll see a section that's called database connection strings. We actually allow you to break our database into functional instances. Now, everything with the exception of the security in the community version exists in one database called medtech. So literally all these connection strings for each one of these is the same. It's actually pointing to the same database, which is medtech, okay, with the exception of the security one. Security one, it has to be separate. It just has to be. And when you do the setup, it actually will create two instances. It will create a database, a SQL database, or a TN listener on Oracle. That's one is called medtech, and the other one is called Map ETS security. In SQL world, these are two instances that we create. So at a minimum, you're gonna need two databases. Okay, now what are all these things? We actually break the databases based on functionality. You can actually take the tables out of medtech and create an instant called accounting and put the tables in them. We do have a PDF that tells you which tables to move and how the referential integrity is. We actually have the whole schema that we can give you, and you can recreate those accounting packages on a different database, or we actually do allow you to download. If you go on one of our if you're interested, you can call in our support, and what we'll do is we'll send you an instant of each one of these databases with the tables and everything configured blank. You actually have to run the admin server configurator to populate them, but we will give you backup files of empty. We actually have backup files, and we have DAC packs, so we can allow you to either restore one of them, or you can actually create it from scratch. We have a DAC pack package that you can load in SQL Manager. We don't have the TNS, we don't have the backup files for Oracle, but it's not any different. You can actually move the tables manually and create the referential integrity yourself, relationship between the tables. We actually have the full script for them, and it's standard ASCII SQL, so you should be able to do everything you need, even on the Oracle side, or even on SQL SQLite if that's all you want to use. But again, if you look in here, we do segment our application based on the functionality. So you can take those tables that exist right now in medtech and put them into accounting. You just have to know which ones they are. Same for items, same for auditing, same for lookups, and so forth. As I said, out of the box for the community version, the only two databases that get created is medtech and security. The rest use the same connection string because they're all looking at the same database. Okay? So how do I actually create this string? Again, you will actually get a link. You download this tool, and it will actually install. I just installed it, and I'm gonna start it. And when it starts, it's a very simple, easy to use tool. We give it mainly so you can actually quickly and easily encrypt and decrypt some values in the database, or encrypt and decrypt your connection string. So we give you the default connection string here for SQL, so you can actually bring it down here. And I'm going to actually look at, and our database here is in YYZ workstation 01, and the database is called MidTech. Okay, since and this is going to actually go into the accounting package, but and let's say the password is password. Okay, once I do that and I click on encrypt, what would happen is it will give me this value. This is the value that you're actually going to copy, and you're going to take it into that app setting file. Again, I'm going to edit it again, and it's going to go into accounting. Even though the database says accounting, it's actually pointing to MedTech, because this breakdown of the connection strings in reality is more of a logical breakdown. You don't have to have a database called accounting. Is just where our system, where the admin server will look for accounting functionality. Same applies when you create a corporate accounts, same when you do items, same when you do audit, same for the lookups. All these in reality out of the community version exist in the MedTech database. So literally you will actually have the same connection string for you will have the connection string for all of them being the same, with the exception of the security one and the MedTech one. Well, the MedTech one will have the same as all the other ones with the exception of the security one. Hopefully I made it clear and didn't lose anybody. Again, this is a logical breakdown of our functionality on a different instances. Now, if you actually want to move the accounting, you come in, you call us, you get the deck back, or you for SQL, or you get the script or a backup database to actually put it somewhere else. You can, and then you come into this tool again, and you would recreate. You'll come back into this tool and you will put in that connection string and you will paste it for accounting functionality. We do keep separation of duties kind of pattern, so the functionality itself is segmented logically. Again, I hope this is helpful. You can use this tool to decrypt and encrypt. Now let's say you actually look at some data, and let's say it was called site 001. And I'm just going to encrypt this. And you went and looked in the database and you found this string. Let me delete this stuff. And let me cut this stuff. So you found some piece of data that's encrypted. You want to know what it means. You can bring it down here, paste it, and decrypt it, and it will show you the actual physical data. So it's a way for you to encrypt back and forth using the security license and the public-private keys we have. I hope this helps. Hopefully that speed up or eliminate some of the calls we're getting. Do you use this tool to change your the community version, change your database connection? And I think it's simple and easy enough for everybody to use. Thank you very much for attending my webcast. I'll put other webcasts as fast as I go through them, and I am as learning the product and as huge as it is as we go here. So I appreciate everybody's patience, and I appreciate everybody attending my webcast. Thank you very much. You all have a very pleasant day.